hard braking zone in turn one. Again, Ty Gibbs and Alex Bowman making up row one. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at the Glen. Gibbs hard into turn number one. He has the advantage as they go through one, and now some off track headed up to turn number two.
Ty Gibbs trying to get away, and it's Justin Allgaier slips through and by Daniel Hemrick for second. Hemrick will fall to third. You've got Kyle Busch right there in fourth. They snake their way through turns 3 and 4, and now race their way up the backstretch for the very first time.
Good tight racing there for third. Kyle Busch looks a little bit offline, not going to make a pass here. First lap of the race. Good veteran move there to be patient as everybody comes through the chicane. A lot of cars back in the back half of the field, already bringing a lot of dirt onto the racetrack, trying to run side by side all the way through the bus stop.
See right here, we're riding along with Parker Kligerman, trying to get that right side against that curb. This row that Parker was in was caught a break. The whole row moved forward because the second qualifier Bowman, the fourth qualifier Custer had to go to the back. So that whole row that they were in moved forward 2 spots.
Out of turn number 7 is Ty Gibbs with the advantage, but he has not been able to pull away from Allgaier. Allgaier has stayed right in his tire tracks. As the dicing for position, Riley Herbst moves to the way inside, 3 wide as they go to turn 1.
John Hunter Nemechek's going to jam it into the bottom of Riley Herbst. Side by side out of one, they will race. Herbst now goes to the escape action, but they stay side by side into 2. That's very rare here at Watkins Glen. You want to be single file the S's. Nobody giving an inch. John Hunter Nemechek has to. Austin Hill in the 21. He'll race side by side with John Hunter. That's out of turn 4.
And all of that momentum that John Hunter lost, he's going to lose positions. All the cars coming from behind till we finally get to this part of the racetrack. We're able to fall in line, sort of regroup. 21 car of Austin Hill off track a little bit there. Going to cost him a little bit here and be on the defense through the carousel.
As they head down here toward turn 6, you can see John Hunter aggressively trying to get underneath Austin Hill. That's a great example of you trying to make a pass and you lose that momentum and it actually costs you a spot. You have to understand when the time to take a move is and when you shouldn't.
Well, a relatively calm first lap for some, but to beating and banging for others, the 48 of Kligerman goes over the curb and catches the door of the 2 of Sheldon Creed. Take another look. 2 wide going in there, and basically, you know, there's just not enough room. It's really no one's fault, but to go through there in the preferred line using both curbs, it's very difficult for 2 cars to fit, much like it is here in the S's.
Watching the field come up to the S's here for the 3rd time of the afternoon. Pretty much a single file affair as they funnel out onto the back straightaway, trying to catch the front 2 of Ty Gibbs and Justin Allgaier.
Kyle Busch and Sam Mayer already got by Hemrick there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Josh Berry under attack from Sammy Smith. That's been a good battle to watch. Right behind them, Riley Herbst, the 21 of Austin Hill. John Hunter Nemechek under pressure from Creed for 10th.
Yeah, Creed's had a good start to this race. Picked up a few spots. Now the skill of trying to outbrake somebody, gain some ground on corner entry without missing the braking zone and driving through the corner. That's so important on road courses. That's how you make passes, and that's how you make lap time.
Kyle Petty said there's only been 5 races so far in the season where Sheldon Creed has been mistake-free, and the team hasn't had any issues. Well, he's showing aggression early on as he went side by side with Kligerman through the bus stop earlier to take that spot, but now here comes Parker Kligerman closing the gap on Creed.
Parker pouring on the coals. He's trying to take the 11th spot away from Sheldon Creed. Parker actually lost a car length, maybe 2, when he went off turn number 1. So they'll try to regain that ground back and try to close in on Sheldon Creed as Creed tries to overtake John Hunter Nemechek.
And you see so many different lines coming out of turn 1, and that wide exit of 1 sets you up for a fast run up through the S's. Great battles here as the cars drive through the chicane. Nobody's had any trouble. We usually see a lot of cars get spun out earlier in this race trying to battle through here. So far, just a lot of cars dropping tires. And oh, now we got a car going around in the chicane here. Looks like the 6th car. And Brennan Poole's been turned around. Some contact through the middle of the chicane. He gets underway and carries on.
Brennan Poole, you can see he's taking his car around, trying to figure out how much damage there is to the car. Hoping it's not bad. Don't see any real damage. Let's go back and see what they did. Juniors talked about it, side by side, in that inner loop. It's hard to go through there by yourself, much less side by side.
Contact made with a 96 of Max